Good morning, cricket fans, and greetings from the Caribbean. It's day 4 in this round 4 West Indies Championship match between the Jamaica Scorpions and the Guyana Harpy Eagles. And the story of the day, well, if it does happen as the Scorpions fans would like, well, it really will be a record-breaking day for them. Other than that, well, they really have a mountain to climb. Andrew Chan in your company, and alongside me to start proceedings is that Guyana Harper Eagle superfan and former under-19 off-spinner, is that correct? Former under-19 off-spinner, Mr. Sean Devers. Good morning to you, Sean.
Yeah, good morning to you, Andrew. Good morning to listeners and viewers, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Another day blessed with glorious sunshine, blue skies, and hopefully intriguing cricket. This is the last-ditch effort from Jamaica. Can Kirk McKenzie find the partners to hold him strong, or can he go on to another double century? The last time he got 100, it was converted into a double, 221. Can he do the same, or can Guyana dismiss him and then run through the tail, and we'll have an early day in the office?
Yeah, so the story of the day yesterday, Guyana batting second again after dismissing the Jamaicans for paltry 44. They declared at 192 for 3. They racked up a lead of 489, and then in reply the Jamaicans ending the day on 179 for 3, so they lost the wicket of O'Dane McCarthy very early on with the score on 18. Then Kirk McKenzie and Brandon King put on a brilliant partnership. They took the score up to 150. Brandon King was then dismissed by Ali Muhammad of a brilliant catch from Sinclair for 53. Jermaine Blackwood also fell without troubling the scorers. Live here, Guyanese will start proceeding, and it looks like he will be bowling to Kirk McKenzie.
Yeah, intriguing session anticipated. Ghana was looking to wrap it up. McKenzie was looking to go on.
Good attacking field to start. Sean Devers will run you through the fielding positions.
Well, a solitary slip, short cover, and a mid-off inside where the 30-yard circle will be. That's on the offside. On the onside, there's a backward square, a forward short leg, a short catching man, just the length of the pitch at short mid-wicket. There's a conventional mid-wicket, and then there's a long leg, long on the boundary.
And I have some stats here for you, which I will share with you about Jamaica's 44. And trust me, Sean Devers, when I give you these stats, they are from a reputable source. In fact, I can say the most reputable source when it comes to cricket law and statistics. So I'm sure you know of what I'm speaking of. And that's, of course, Wisden Cricket. That 44 was Jamaica's lowest first-class score in 123 years, 17 of which were extras, including 10 no balls from Nial Smith in his 13-over spell. And this was over 3 times more than the team's highest score with the bat, Javel Glenn, who made 5. Brandon King, O'Dane Smith, and Tamari Redwood scored 4 each. And I'll give you some stats about their last lowest score. Good over to start from Guyanese, right on the money, maybe a little too fast, as Sean Devers always complains, but 179 for 3 after the first over of the day. Right, so the previous lowest score was, the lowest I should say, is 33, scored in February 1902 against R.A. Bennett's 11, a team which featured Bernard Bosanquet, widely credited as the inventor of the googly. Bosanquet actually did not play, but just looking at the scores, looking at that, Edward Dawson took 8 for 21, and even in that innings for Jamaica opener G.M. Baines managed to score a heady 7 runs. Some further facts about that stats. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Right, so thanks to those 17 extras, Jamaica now have the unique distinction of recording the highest ever first-class score, where the innings' top score is 5 runs. The previous record here, which is unconfirmed, and if Wisden says it's unconfirmed, and it really is unconfirmed, appears to be Tasmania's 33 against Victoria in February 1858.
Yeah, and Guyana's 41 still remains the lowest in West Indies cricket. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But that's what we love about the game as well, the numbers. Ali Muhammad to Glenn. Good delivery outside the line of the off stump. But the reason I was giving all those stats as well is to say, if that was the Hyde, then Jamaica's second innings, in this second innings, they could produce the Jekyll, and it could break even more records. This could be a first-class game that breaks the records for the lowest total, as well as the most high successful run chase in first-class cricket, which of course Wisden will have to confirm for us. Maybe even in regional cricket.
Yeah, well, it's the highest first-class run chase. The highest test run chase would obviously be the 418.
418, yeah.
And West Indies chase it down. But there are lots of high scores being chased down in all of the first-class. Nepal, all these countries play first-class cricket. So a lot of first-class cricket is being played all over the world. Good take down the leg side by Imlak. So there's a lot of first-class cricket played. Even the United States plays first-class cricket. Rarely though. Most times they focus now on T20 and ODIs.
Yeah, but certainly, what if Jamaica does chase it down? It really will be interesting to see what records are broken. And I mean, in parallel to the first innings, it really would be quite interesting.
Well, I wouldn't even
This
check
game could be a statistician's dream. Ali Muhammad continuing.
Well, I wouldn't even check those records because I already know, unless something miraculous happened, Jamaica would not chase down those runs. They started the day needing 310 with all of the top order batters back in the pavilion except McKenzie and to some extent Glenn, who got a 50 in this tournament. Once these two are separated, it's going to be a short day for us.
Edged and just falling short of second slip. Played it with soft hands, but he still pushed at it a little bit. Excellent stuff there from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. A questioning delivery early up in the day.
Yeah, Ali Muhammad in this tournament continues to bowl well, especially in this game. He's looked hostile at times. He's just above fast medium, not a tearaway fast bowler by any means. But he's got good control and he moves the ball both ways.
Edged again, and this one falling just short of third slip. My.
Well, that maybe shows the batter just pushing at it with soft hands. The pitch is going to deteriorate. This is the last day. And some way or the other, if this partnership progresses, then you will see the introduction today of spin, most likely Pomal. He's the most likely one to get some wickets.
So I wandered down and had a look at the pitch this morning, and the end where Glenn, or McKenzie I should say, will be facing from now is edged again. Well. All sorts of things happening here for the spinners. Let's have a look at the replay on this one. Yeah, maybe an inside edge onto the back pad that scooted away from Imlak behind the stumps. That one that drifted just a little bit there from Gudakesh Moti, I would say. But yeah, so I was having a look at the pitch, and on the end where McKenzie is batting now, there are cracks on either side. But for a left-handed batter, the non-striker's end, the northern end of the ground, There are some foot marks. Of course, foot marks on the bowler's follow through just outside the left-hander's off stump, which I think could be very, very interesting. I'm sure our good cameraman Gerard Basso can try to zoom in on those spots to see if he gets them. There's those foot marks on the northern end. That's outside where the left-handed batter would be. That's on the Courtney Walsh end, Mr. Basso.
But if the batsmen use their feet where those footmarks are, they would get the ball on the full toss. So it wouldn't make a difference. But few batsmen use their feet nowadays. So when you push forward, the ball lands directly into the second phase of the footmarks.
But you can already see in this over that the cracks on that end that Moti is hitting. I'm not sure if you can see, of course, if he's hitting those cracks, but the ball is misbehaving just a little bit. It's doing a little bit more than yesterday, I think. And the batters will have to be on their P's and Q's. I think that's the end of the over. Very good. That's his second consecutive maiden. 179 for 3. Good Akesh Moti.
And you don't just use your feet to play aggressive shots. You use your feet for several different reasons. You pass the forward short leg when you use your feet. So even if you get the inside edge onto your pad, there's no one in front of you to catch the ball. You use your feet to smother the spin, get to the pitch, and you don't have to hit the ball. You use your feet also to hit the ball. So there are different reasons why you use your feet. And when you tell a youngster now that use your feet and be positive, he assumes that you're telling him to hit a 6 or hit a 4.
Yeah, good comments from Sean Devers. But I have to ask you, what's the mentality behind a spinner? It's a 4-day pitch. You're feeling it, you're bowling well maybe, and your team needs you really to get in and take those wickets and win this match. How do you not get overexcited? How do you not over bowl and overthink it?
Well, depends on your level of experience. When you play cricket as long as Pomal, for instance, you'll understand what you have to do, when you have to bowl slower, when you have to bowl faster, you adapt and adjust to the different conditions.
That's a nice push through the extra cover region by Javel Glenn. Reaching for that one nicely. Will it get into the ropes? No, it's still a lush outfield on the side there. They're coming back for the third. The throw comes in, and they're well safe. Good running between the wickets. That's good pushing there from the two Jamaica Scorpions batters.
Yeah, good positivity shown early on. And you've got to continue to beat the bad balls and defend the good balls, even if you're playing for a draw. Because eventually, you'll get a ball that has your name on it, and if you block and push, you'll still get out for a small score. And this is an important innings personally for someone like Kirk McKenzie, because he's gotten 100 already, but remember he's got to start over today. So you don't come with 100 from last night. He's got to start at not today.
Yeah, he certainly has to keep that in his head. Well, I think he's on 3 now, technically.
Yeah.
Because, well, of course, that's the situation there. He started, he finished the game yesterday on 104. And his celebration really spoke a lot. He cupped his ears and punched the air and screamed in delight.
Well, he was having a rough time. Previous highest in this tournament, 46. He's already played 6 test matches. Want to get back in the team. So this was a fantastic innings yesterday from him.
This one, yeah, he has to take outside edge there, but just wide of the slips this time, and he will get a little single there. Just to get him off strike.
Yeah, come up.
Not a bad start from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad.
Continues to bowl well, the GCC all-rounder. Comes from Georgetown. I think his family lived in Kitty. His uncle played for Guyana, first class level, Ronaldo Muhammad. And his grandfather was at one time the chairman of the competitions committee of the cricket board, so cricket runs in his family.
Nice push again by Glenn. This one is square. This one could run close to ropes. Now it slows down there. And they come back for an easy 2. So did you have your fruits this morning, Sean Davis? I know you're a big fruit fan. What are your favorite fruits?
My favorite fruit is a fruit that I've never seen anywhere else in the world. Awara. That's maybe indigenous to Guyana, because I've been all over the place and I've never seen awara, including countries in the Caribbean.
Oh, wow. What about in South America? I don't know if it would be.
I don't know if there is awara.
It's a pure
in South
Amazonian fruit, maybe. That's a nice punch by Glenn. That's the extra cover. That will go to the rope for a little bit too full from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. And Javel Glenn caressed that ball to the extra cover boundary.
So putting pressure on the Guyana bowlers and fielders, counter-attacking. And that's what you need to do in a situation like this. You never say die. You just keep going and keep fighting. Mental toughness. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Well, just one more run. Oh, they actually require 299 for victory. I thought the total was 489 required for victory. So I think our scoreboard may have to be adjusted. The 300 required for victory. So one more run and they'll have a little bit of a moral victory at least.
Yeah, psychologically, you now know it's 200 and something instead of 300 and something. That one makes a big difference.
It certainly does.
It's like when you go into a store and you see $2.95, and it's not $3, it's $2.95, so it's cheap.
But they fool you with 299.
Yeah,
$2.99. 299 is a trick. 299 is a trick. 295 is not bad.
Well,
but 299 is the trick.
Yeah, $2.99. You'd often see.
Because those 1 cents do add up.
Yeah. So Thaddeus Lovell patrolling the boundary at long on. The mid-off is in where the 30-yard circle would be. So there's no fielder on the boundary except Thaddeus Lovell, the man at forward square, about 3/4 of the way from the boundary.
In terms of a spinner setting their field on a 4-day, how do you adjust your field in terms of what you want and what you and the batter?
Well, it depends how the bat is batting. You want attacking fields, forward short leg, leg gully, if it's a right-hander. And then some bowlers would put the silly mid-off just under the batsman eye line. I shot again, but no run. And then you try to spin the ball and get bunks. Most spinners will tell you that bunks is more important than turn.
End of the over, 189 for 3, and I think that 3 maidens in a row for Guyanese Moti on the truck now. So he's really building the pressure from the other end, from the northern end of the ground. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad has taken the edge of the batters. Unfortunately, he's fallen wide of slip and into safety. A good exchanges from the Guyana Harpy Eagles to start. Tevin Imlach marshalling his troops from behind the stumps. And of course, I mean, there's always a sense of pride in seeing someone is the best glove man in the region. I mean, I remember when Dinesh Ramdan was unquestionably number 1. Marlon Pinnock could come and talk for hours and hours about that. But in terms of Tevin Imlach, where would you rate him in the region?
Well, he's good, he's promising, and he's quite up there. Maybe among the best in the present day for West Indies. He's a good keeper. He had a great tournament series in Pakistan on those region turners.
Yeah, that certainly would have been, if you want to call a baptism of fire, that would have been a baptism of fire in terms of keeping on square turning wickets.
Yeah, he's a very good keeper, and he can also bat, as shown in this tournament so far.
Yeah, it's certainly good to see him maturing. Of course, he was part of that under-19 Cricket World Cup winning team That included the likes of Shimron Hetmeyer, Alzari Joseph, and Shamar Springer, to name a few on that squad, who have gone on to varied levels of success, for sure. Depends on what you define success in terms of and man Shimron Hetmeyer as well.
And it's unfortunate that most of the names you called are no longer interested in playing first-class cricket outside the line of the off stump. Almost like if in a disgusted way, you're bowling too wide at a practice session.
Might be a little bit of stiffness still for Ali Muhammad. This is, I think, only his second or third over. But still warming up a little bit, maybe.
You should have done that before the game started if you know you're going to start the bowling.
Maybe he's striving for something because, as I mentioned, those footmarks outside the off stump. Maybe he's striving for that and see if it'll spit a little bit more. That's not a bad delivery. And he sends a throw back in at the stump. Well, Glenn watches him and surprised, as if to say, well, hey, I wasn't going anywhere.
But he would not have known that, Ali Muhammad. So he threw the ball in anyway, in the event that he would have gone anywhere. I like to see aggressive cricket, not overdoing it, going beyond the line, but aggressive cricket. Edged again and caught. So Ali Muhammad takes his third wicket for the second innings, and now he's got 9 in the match.
A brilliant bowling by Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. He's threatened to do that all morning, and we'll have to see what state this brings in the game, because let's have a look at the replay on this game, on this shot, I should say. Full delivery, and he just guided that. That was slip practice there for that fielder. That's Kevlin Anderson, and Javel Glenn shakes his head in disgust because he knows that was a very, very loose way to get out. 189 for 4 now, the Jamaicans.
Well, now it's going to put more pressure on someone like Kirk McKenzie, because he's going to be thinking the back of his mind. He wants to score big for personal reasons. He wants to get back in the team. Then he has to know the quality of the batters to come. Then as wickets begin to fall more, he'll have to palm the strike. That's mentally taxing on him. He has to get superb concentration to do all of those things together.
Yes, I just pulled up that list of the under 19 team from 2016. Shimron Hetmeyer was the captain. Kesey Carty, Jid Gooley, Tevin Imlak, Gidron Pope, the all-rounders, Kemo Paul, Odin Smith, and Shamar Springer. The bowler, Shamar Holder, who I still believe can become a great West Indies fast bowler. And the pin-up of Marlon Pinnock, Mr. Ryan John, Alzari Joseph, Obed McCoy, and then Shahid Crooks, Michael Frew, Kirstan Kalicharan, and Emmanuel Stewart. So quite a few of them have gone on to play cricket at some level and at the highest level as well.
Very disappointed with someone like Kirstan Kalicharan. Had high hopes for him when he was younger, and he's gone off the boil.
Yes, certainly. I still believe in Shamar Holder. I love watching Shamar Holder bowl. And he was coming back from injury last season, and this season I think he's with the CCC. But I really love Shamar Holder. And Cricket West Indies has a video of him as a future fast bowler as well. Appeal for leg before. Brad Barnes walks away. Ronaldo Ali Muhammad is asking all the questions now at the end of a brilliant over in which he's taking a wicket. Let's have a look at the replay on this one. Yeah,
Heading down the leg side.
definitely going
But
down
you
the leg
talk
side.
about all these players. Shamron Hetmeyer, in fact, was the captain, and that was the only under-19 World Cup West Indies have ever won. But you don't see these players now. Most of them still playing, but playing in the 2020 leagues.
Yeah, that's correct. Alzari Joseph is the only one that has gone on to really play Test cricket.
And he's playing all formats.
Yeah, he has played all formats. Tevin Himlock is sort of now emerging when we had probably higher hopes in that he would have emerged a little bit sooner. I think he only played one or two test matches?
3 test matches, but he's also somewhere in the world playing in one of the franchise leagues, along with Shepherd and Rutherford and Hetmeyer. Those are from Guyana. So if those players were here and Puran and those guys were, this would have been a very competitive tournament, high standard. But you can't blame the players because cricket is a short career in terms of age, and you still got the majority of your life. And you still got the majority of your life to live.
As you mentioned, Nicholas Puran, he did make, and that's a lovely shot through the extra cover region. And it's gone all the way to the ropes before. A good dive by the fielder in, but Kirk McKenzie got a good piece of that one there.
Yeah, Kirk McKenzie continuing to impress. He's a lovely driver of the ball. Yesterday he played an immaculate imperial straight drive, maybe the shot of the match.
Yeah, he certainly had a couple of those.
And then he nonchalantly hit Pomal for 2 sixes. And those shots he played were straight down the ground.
Straight, yeah. Edged again, this one gets past that slip region. How close will it run to the ropes? It doesn't. And there'll just be a single here. A little bit casual, a little bit lackadaisical there from Kirk. Just pushing out on that one. Not really covering it.
So, 194, the next target would be the 200. Little incremental steps. 200.
Let's see
then
how
225.
Yeah, so let's see. I want to see that they're coming in a little bit closer for Brad Barnes. I think this could be the way in. After the loss of Javel Glenn, in terms of the bowling to come, a good offering to Brad Barnes to start. It's Brad Barnes, Aldane Thomas, O'Dean Smith who can bat a little bit, Markino Mindley, O.J. Shields, and Tamari Redwood. Unfortunately, just the one delivery to Moti at Barnes. And Moti actually conceded some runs for his first over, for his 5th over this morning, I should think. 194 for 4 after 55.
Yeah, continues to be excellent for cricket in terms of the weather. Bright sunshine, blue skies, white contour-like clouds floating lazily over Sabina Park. Nice breeze blowing the flags in the distance, the Guyana flag, golden arrowhead, and of course the Jamaica flag. But the only problem is the lack of fans. And this has been a problem West Indies board is trying to fix CWI more. And it's not, I did an interview with Shallow on my local Sports Watch program in Guyana, and he was saying that it's more on the regional boards to promote the games in their country, and he's disappointed that they're not doing that as well as they should. And regional cricket in most countries now, I know for Guyana for sure, it's free. And you have 2 men and a dog in the Providence stands.
Yeah, well, it's a problem that needs to be solved, and I certainly hope that we can get back to those great days of cricket.
And also you've got to have the product to bring fans to the stands. But in saying that, there is a way that you could get some of the stands filled with youngsters, school children. On Saturday, on Friday, we used to have double session. When there was test cricket, the school would be over at 10 o'clock. And that was encouragement to you to see.
Yeah, good points, of course, but the cricket goes on and it must go on. course, we're doing our best to bring it to you in the format, at least on YouTube. So there's been a lot of success in terms of hours of viewership, as we very well know. So it is a successful broadcast, and certainly when it comes to the promotion of it, we hope that things go from strength to strength.
And you can't blame CWI because they scheduled a lot of cricket this year. I think the most cricket in a long time, both regionally and internationally. Australia coming, West Indies going to Ireland.
Yeah.
They're going to England. The women's going to UK.
Yeah, man. It's all levels, under 19 and women as well. The academy. The academy is performing quite well. The academy have pushed the Red Force to the 4th day. Congratulations to them.
And you've also got the under 15 tournament starting soon. I think it's going to be played in Antigua. So we've got a lot of regional cricket. Nice sunny day continues. Can't blame the sun either, or the weather. They've blessed us with 4 bright and sunny days. Back and across, and steers it into the offside. McKenzie. He's now on 118. And he's the lone. Well, maybe supported a bit by Brandon King, who got a 50.
End of the over, and at the end of it, 194 for 4. I take my leave, and Marlon Pinnock will join that good man Sean Devers for a bit.
Robert, change the ball over there. The same side, the right side, that's the same side.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Sunday Sabina Park, where we see Jamaica Scorpions fighting on. Kirk McKenzie is still there, and that's the important thing. He's been joined by Barnes, who is yet to score. They lost the wicket today of Glenn. Brilliantly caught at slip off Ali Muhammad, who continues to bowl well. Ali Muhammad picking up his 3rd wicket and first today, 184 for 4, leaving Glenn on 6 when he was dismissed. Since then, 194 for 4. The next total target would no doubt be 194. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Devers. Good morning to our viewers. Afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. It's a magnificent 4th day here at Sabina Park as well.
Yeah, good delivery again from Moti. Has been very frugal, apart from that one over when Kirk McKenzie played a glorious cover drive for 4 off of him. Found a couple of edges. And again, a dot ball. Barnes would like to hope to support McKenzie as long as possible.
Both players in the middle batting for the Scorpions. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery by Gudikish Moti to close out the 57th. And the Scorpions 194 for loss of 4.
Yeah, they continue to frustrate the Guyana bowlers, especially Kirk McKenzie. But the problem is, will he run out of partners? Or will he be dismissed?
Will he he had one double century in his career. And based on what we have seen this morning, his application has been fantastic. But very, very good question. Lost Javal Glenn this morning.
And his one first-class century suggested that when he got to 100, he converted into a double century.
And there you go. An excited player, Kurt McKenzie.
Too wide from Ronaldo Ali Muhammad.
And he's been very watchful this morning, Kurt McKenzie. A player that has gone on from the Bryce's Academy, and the first player to represent West Indies at a test level, and through this Bryce Academy. But a touch player, and a player with a lot of class, ability, and just needs to capitalize when he gets stars like these and get big scores.
Ali Muhammad in and turned off the pads, easily down to his long on. He gets a single. So rotation in the strike. Give the strike now to Barnes.
And this is a perfect opportunity for Brad Barnes as well. I think his best score in the competition was 63 not out.
So he's got some batting ability.
Well, he started as a batter playing youth cricket for Jamaica, batting at number 4. And I think he batted at number 3 for his club here in Jamaica, Kingston Cricket Club, and scored a century as well to help them win the title.
So there's hope for McKenzie at the non-strikers end.
And he looks solid as well behind these deliveries. Still a big margin, over 290 plus runs to get for the Scorpions.
Yeah, their first target, as I said, would be 200. They gotta get 293 to pull off an improbable victory here at Sabina Park. They've got the time, but have they got the wickets?
Well, this man with ball in hand, Ronaldo Ali Muhammad, he got the wickets. 9 wickets in the game so far.
Yeah.
Just under 70 runs.
Yeah, brilliant performance in the first innings, where Smith combined with him to orchestrate the destruction of the Jamaica Scorpions for 44 runs, 6 and 4, all 10 wickets going to paces.
And he picked up 6 for 17 in that first innings as well. No. And now 3 for 42. Made that overall figures of 9 for 69.
Yes, and not often that the Guyana fast bowlers get the maximum bowling points, because most times Pamal, Moti, and Sinclair would come in and pick up wickets. So the Guyana Harpy Eagles coach, very pleased with the effort of his pacers, giving him maximum fast bowling points. As the over comes to an end, it's 195 for 4.
And credit to the RP Eagles unit as well. The batting, the bowling, and even in the field, the commitment that they have shown has been magnificent throughout all 4 days so far.
Yes, tremendous commitment. I think the Jamaica Talawars, I don't know what happened in the first innings, because it's not a bad pitch. It's a good pitch, in fact, good for batting, as we've seen even now. And they catapulted to 44, the lowest score ever.
I think the Scorpions didn't apply themselves in the first innings. A total different approach in the second innings. But credit to Kurt McKenzie.
Yeah, the big blow was Blackwood going just before the close. Good delivery in 2 minds, looking to get to the pitch, and when he got there, he just realized he was not quite to the pitch and just pushed it out towards the sharpened wicket.
But based on how he shaped up, he was looking to rather swept that ball behind square.
Yeah, then changed his mind. Good delivery again, brings him forward. But he's looking very solid, very elegant batsman. The slimly built left-hander.
He has one half-century in Test cricket as well against Australia.
Yeah, that's a good place to get a half-century.
Oh, another good delivery. Excellent from Gudikishmoti.
Showing his variety there. That one didn't spin back. It went straight on with the arm. And just past the probing bat of the left-hander.
Good delivery. An excellent delivery.
Wealth of experience.
One, yeah?
Pomal and Moti both played at the highest level. Moti still in the West Indies team, still playing. And again comes down the track. That was what I was talking about. You can't just come down the track and slug. You can come down the track and defend. You get to the pitch of the ball. You pass the forward short leg. So that's excellent batting there. Good use of his feet by Kirk McKenzie as he overcomes an end 195 for the loss of 4.
We have seen the use of the feet from Kirk McKenzie. 4th time he came down the wicket and hit the ball over that long off area. So he's such a classy player. He needs to spend time at the wicket, batting partnerships. He's not getting the support apart from Brandon King, who got an half-century.
Yeah, got 53 with 8 fours. Seemed to pit the ball all over the place.
And Jermaine Blackwood struggled again. I think he scored a century in that first game against Windward Island and an half-century. But since then, nothing to write home about Jermaine Blackwood.
And he's the senior bat in the team, 33 years old.
He played
lots of Test cricket.
56 to be exact.
So when he fell just before the close, that was a big blow for Jamaica, and a nice wicket for Guyana, because they would have known that he would be having the ability to get a big score if he'd batted today.
Nial Smith.
Almost ambled up for his first delivery there.
For a second I thought he was just going through emotion.
Yeah. Well, he's had a lot of no ball problems. Maybe his strike pattern has to change.
More so for a rhythm type of bowler.
Yeah.
Nial Smith.
And got a relatively long run also. Not as long as Michael Holden. I saw Michael Holden at Bodo kick off the boundary board.
And not as long as Shoaib Akhtar from Pakistan as well.
Good delivery, a little inward movement. Looked to play it a lot straighter. In the end, it hit the inner half of the bat and went down to short mid-wicket. Still the glorious sunshine. And we're blessed with 4 days of good sunshine.
And still, and the Guyana Harpy Eagles keeping things very quiet as well. And Brad Barnes faced 15 deliveries, yet to get off the mark.
But the important thing is still there, staying with McKenzie.
And the Scorpions will want this partnership to be a massive one as well.
Oh, as you said that, he plays a wild shot outside the line of the off. No movement of the left foot across. I was just going to say he's got fairly good technique. He's looking solid. And then there he goes, flashing at a wide delivery, just flirting with his arms and through to the keeper. Luckily for him, it didn't hit the edge.
No foot movement at all from Brad Barnes and Nial Smith. And this is what I think you'll want to see. Generally gets the ball to shape back into right-handers. And with the feet not moving, very risky from Brad Barnes.
Nice shot. Half stopped by the fielder at short cover. Got a hand to it and prevented it from going to the boundaries. Almost saved 2 runs there. And they ended up getting a second, but a good shot to come off the mark.
Yes, a pleasant shot there from Brad Barnes. It was fully forward, an extension of the feet. And the follow-through of the bat was magnificent. He gets his first 2 runs of in the second innings. He top scored in the first innings for the Scorpions with 5.
Yeah. Andrew was just telling of the record with the lowest score.
I think it was over 123 years.
Maybe hit more pad than bat. Let's wait and see the signal of the umpire. Got bat on it. So he goes now to 3.
And that's the perfect example about Nial Smith in this game so far. He has some problems with the no ball, but his ability to get the ball to shape into right-handers and
at
out
pace.
to left-handers has been brilliant throughout all 3 days of his bowling.
One of the quicker bowlers in regional cricket when on song, fully rhythmic, got its rhythm going. He's very quick. Saw last year himself and Isaiah Thorne, the young 20-year-old, who was not in this side because of a toe injury. He injured his toe.
But if you look at his run-up, you would think he's just a normal medium bowler. And generally use his shoulder as well.
Again down the leg side. So he's having problems with the left hand batter going down the leg side. Maybe the left hand right hand combination. 198 for 4.
And the Scorpion managed to keep that run rate over 3 runs throughout the inning so far of 60 overs. But the Scorpions definitely need a big partnership. And I think this is the perfect partnership between Kurt McKenzie and Brad Barnes in the middle. Not much batting to come if you look at the Scorpion batting lineup. Aldine Thomas, who has been out of regional cricket for some time. Odin Smith, he can give the ball a walk. But this is a different type of cricket, the 4-day cricket, testing cricket. And the patience and the batting technique of the Scorpions will be tested today.
And the 44 made by Jamaica in the first inning was no indication of the quality of this pitch. They've been good pitches so far. 26 hundreds have been scored. And fast bowlers, as we saw in the first innings and in the tournament, have taken wickets. The spinners have also done well. Well, the spinners have gotten more wickets than the fast bowlers, but a lot of the fast bowlers have had 5 wicket hauls.
And some of the senior players that have represented West Indies scoring hundreds as well.
Yeah, a good shot, good fielding.
And even Jason Mohammed, who is also out of West Indies colours for some time, still managed to score 2 centuries and a double century.
Yeah.
Joshua De Silva, 3 in a row.
And both of those players you talked about scored their centuries, 2 centuries in the same match.
And there you go.
Good.
Runs feast.
Yeah.
And this.
And we even saw Ryan John, who's primarily a fast bowler, getting 100.
He's first as well. And Ruston Chase, 100 in the game, and also picked up 5 wickets as well.
Yeah, well, looking to break Roger Harper's record, scored a double century against the Windies and got 5 wickets in the match. Good all-round performance from Ruston Chase. Usually underrated off spinner, but he continues to pick up wickets.
Well, back in 1988, Cleveland Davis scored a double century here against Leeward Islands. I think Kurt McKenzie should be looking to high up that as well in a cause of saving the game for the Scorpions.
There have been many occasions when batters got hundreds. Garfield Charles in Trinidad, Edgar Car Park going out as night watchman. That's a nice shot, played square of the wicket, and will be picked up just inside the backward point boundary. So good shot there from Barnes.
And the 200 comes up as well with that final delivery of the 61st. And the Scorpions 200 for 4.
Another psychological barrier ticked off. 200.
What was good with this shot from Brad Barnes, it was very, very slow from Gudi Kishimoti, but he waited and got that ball behind the backward point region.
So good batting, good partnership building. Sun sweltering heat here at Sabina Park in Kingston, Jamaica.
A very humid condition as well. But it's good to see a lovely breeze blowing as well.
Yeah, you can see the flags there fluttering away in the breeze.
So it's not all sun, but it's a glorious Saturday morning as well.
What do most people do on a Saturday morning here in Jamaica?
Well, most people go to shopping as well. And of course, if you are a Seventh-day Adventist worshipper, you go to Seventh-day Church. And of course, in Jamaica, well, next weekend, the Jamaica Cricket Association 2-day competition will be starting, so people will be going out and watching cricket and playing cricket as well.
So the 2-day competition will be played with white clothes and red balls.
And there you go.
And that's another problem in Guyana. There are hardly any 2-day red ball competitions played.
And talking about 2-day cricket, these two batters represent Kingston Cricket Club, and they are the defending champions.
Well, GCC and DCC, those are the two main clubs in Georgetown. They play a final. The semi-final was in fact played. GCC defeated GDF and DCC defeated Maltinos, and for DCC, Imlak and Perez, who were both in this side, and also Ali and Thaddeus Lovell played for GCC the day before they left. That was on Saturday. They left to come here Sunday.
That's a passion of cricket, the love of cricket.
Yep. Christopher Barnwell played, I think, 6 T20 matches for the West Indies.
He was an excellent all-rounder.
Yeah. And he would play cricket in the streets, if possible. Once there's cricket being played, Barnwell is there. And he's a good footballer also. When he was going to school, scored 3 goals and got 100 on the same day. Played both sports on the same day.
And talking about cricket and football, you have a youngster in Raymond Sr. Has another brother who has played cricket for Jamaica and West Indies under 19. But Raymond Sr. played cricket for Jamaica at a youth level and played football as well for Jamaica at a youth level.
Well, Andrew was asking me yesterday about the youth programs in Guyana. I forgot that Van Tel, Jonathan Van Lang, he also played football, cricket and table tennis. Actually, he went to the Commonwealth Games as a table tennis player, and he's now in the under 19 Guyana team, played under 17, under 15, and a guy in Antigua, James Struckman, is a big fan of him. He's also a big fan of Joel Andrews. I heard he got a duck yesterday.
A very good young player as well.
Yeah, very, very good. Talented. We've got so much talent in the West Indies.
And Kurt McKenzie this morning has been very watchful as the 62nd over has come to an end. A maiden and 200 for 4, the Scorpions.
So Kurt McKenzie on 111.
Just 7 runs scored this morning from Kurt McKenzie. Started on his overnight score of 104. And since then he got a boundary. But has been very, very watchful.
See the breeze fluttering away, the flags fluttering away in the breeze. The golden arrowhead of Guyana and the Jamaica flag.
Black, green and gold.
Yeah. So Moti looking to make a breakthrough for Guyana. Single taken off the first delivery. Barnes goes now to 11. Barnes on 5. Kirk McKenzie on 111.
And Barnes took 15 deliveries to get off the mark this morning. And Jeffel Glenn, he was looking positive, and then he got a brilliant delivery.
Bad line down the leg side. And then they come back for, no, they abort the idea of coming back for 2, settle for 1. And the rotation is strike again. And the left hand, right hand combination would be frustrating for Moti. Wants to bowl as many balls as possible to one bat to set him up. And that's one of the advantages of rotating strike. When you're a left hand, right hand batter, Thaddeus Lovell off the boundary has another single, easily taken. Nice shot, gloriously played, down towards the extra cover boundary, almost straight extra cover, and down to the boundary for 4. A lovely shot again. We've seen the ability to drive sweetly through the offside. Kirk McKenzie, he goes up now to 115.
His second boundary of the morning. And Kirk McKenzie, he just lengthened into that cover drive. Sound sweet out of the bat as well. And the total goes up to 207 for 4.
Both boundaries off of Moti's bowling. Moti changes his line of attack. He's going to go over the wicket. And a single again. Nice constructive partnership beginning to be built here. The left-hander and the right-hander.
19 from 55 deliveries, the partnership so far.
7 from 26 balls is Barnes.
And Kirk McKenzie, 11 from 29 deliveries as the 63rd. And it comes to an end, 208 for 4, the Scorpions.
Yeah, Kirk McKenzie and Barnes forging a good little partnership here. Guyana will be hoping to break it soon, because those little partnerships, if they progress and progress, it becomes frustrating to the bowling side, especially if you're not a top order batter.
I think we are approaching the first hour of play on day 4 as well. 56 minutes so far. 1 wicket lost by the Scorpions.
Yeah.
I think the intention should be tried to bat session by session the Scorpions.
Still in the morning period here. Good afternoon to Red Sporera. It's just about midday in St. Lucia. He's doing the St. Lucia game, and he says that game has already been done and dusted. So his work is complete for the match. Good morning to you, Red Sporera, and everybody in the beautiful island of St. Lucia.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andre Bryce as well, a proud coach of Kirk McKenzie, who gets his first regional century for the Scorpions yesterday late.
That was his second century. He got 221, his first century.
For the Scorpions.
Second century for the Scorpions.
It looks a compact player.
Yeah.
And so far, Kirk McKenzie. And what a time to score a century in front of his dad and also his smaller brother, who was also played for Jamaica at the youth level as well.
Nice to see when brothers and sisters play the same sport, or not even the same sport, but once they're in sports. One of the problems with this generation is they're not so physically active. Modern technology has taken over their lives.
And also against his own club mates as well. Such a good feeling back at home, at your home club, Kingston Cricket Club, and to register a century must be an awesome feeling.
Yeah, certainly batting and doing well on your home turf. That's a great feeling. That's clipped away. Lovely shot again by McKenzie. He'll collect 2, maybe explore the possibility of a third. No, he says, settle for 2. So he's quickly gone up now to 116 from 199 balls, 210 for the loss of 4.
118 and 200 deliveries. I didn't try to overhit that ball, just caressed it through that vacant mid-wicket region.
Again, Smith just straying on the leg stump. He's got the offside base bias field. Needs to bowl more on the off stump. Straight and involuntary stop there by the bowler. And it's gone for 4. Didn't nearly stop it, just parried it. And it went down to the boundary. So great straight driving, off driving we've seen in this innings from Kurt McKenzie. That's another boundary.
Beautiful shot from Kurt McKenzie. All class and show from the left-hander. And he gets another boundary. His third of the morning as well.
Yeah,
and he goes up to 122.
I think this is his 10th boundary overall. It's 10th 4, because a boundary is a 4 and a 6. So he's got 5 sixes and 10 fours. So he's got 15 boundaries also, including 5 sixes. Great knock from the young man, 24-year-old Kirk McKenzie. Good leave.
And what he's doing this morning, he has been very watchful as the 64th has come to an end in 2-1-4 for loss of 4.
Yeah, and he's been very, very selective also. Put away the bad balls. The water cart is coming onto the field. Well, the water has been brought onto the field, and we take a little break here.
Action resumes here in the second hour of the fourth day of the first session here at Sabina Park in Kingston, Jamaica. The Jamaica Scorpions are battling on. Kirk McKenzie 122. Brad Barnes has joined him with the fall of the overnight batter Javel Glenn with the score, and I think it was about 187, 189. So since then, these two haven't gone on too badly. They still require another 274 for victory. It's all possible, but one or two wickets could turn the tide here. Guyana Harpy Eagles have bowled well this morning here, Marlon Pinnock. And I'm sure you're enjoying your fourth and final day here at Sabina Park.
Indeed. In glorious condition as well. Brad Barnes, 7 from 27 deliveries, would want to make a mark for the Scorpions.
Good occasion Moti continues. He's bowled from the start of the day. From the bowlers, the pacers on the other end have been rotated. No sign of Veerasamy Pramal yet, which is quite interesting. And this ball is 64 overs old now, Penny.
Well, the Scorpions batted 25.5 overs in the first innings. A dramatic turnaround in the second.
Yeah, and as I shared some stats earlier, it was the lowest score in 123 years, Penny.
Oh, my word, that's a long time ago.
In Bethlehem, Penny, in Bethlehem. That's a thick inside edge. And it just coats past the short leg. I think he did well to stop any chance of a single there. Barnes has looked positive. Kirk McKenzie has played some glorious strikes. One back down against Nial Smith in the last over. Nice flick there by Barnes. He gets that into the mid-wicket region. No, gets that just behind square on the leg side. And he will pick up a single.
Kirk McKenzie, 10 fours in his innings so far. And 5 maximums. A partnership, 26, 67 deliveries. A decent partnership building so far for the Scorpions. They're desperate for another 100 partnership. I think we got a 100 partnership from Kirk McKenzie and Brandon King. And
unfortunately, the Academy are in a spot of bother in the other round 4 match heading into its last day. The Academy required, I'm not sure how much they're required for victory. Well, I'll confirm that with you shortly.
Come on, sorry.
They required a stiff target for victory, and they have now progressed to 66 for 5. At the end of the over here, it's 215 for 4, or 65 overs. Yeah, 66 for 5. 2 wickets for Anderson Phillip and Brian Charles each. And 1 for Joshua James. So, a bit of a spot of bother here. But they have 2 batters in the middle right now. Jordan Johnson, who is, I thought would have actually turned out for Jamaica Scorpions this season. He has not. He's a good batter for the future, and I want to see him do well. And Joshua Bishop, who scored 100 in the first innings. So between the 2 of them, they will be hoping that they can do something special for the Academy.
And the veteran Pramal has been introduced in the attack from the Michael Olden end of the ground.
Yeah, and as we looked at, you remember those footmarks on the northern end of the ground to which Pramal will be going to. Will be interesting to see him against McKenzie, because those footmarks are the left-hand side, the left-hand batter. And some cracks outside the off stump to use against Mr. Barnes.
Keep going, man. Keep going, boys.
Over 652 first-class wickets as well for Pramal.
Back and cuts this one nicely behind square, just for a single Barnes. He's looked quite adept at the crease. I was thinking with the fall of Javel Glenn early, if the Harpy Eagles had gotten 1 or 2 quick wickets, they really might have been in with a chance of wrapping up this game after lunch. But so far, Barnes has done quite well, and he spent some good time at the crease there. Just 9 runs, but he's been there for 34 deliveries.
Savers.
With credit to Kurt McKenzie.
Let's get zoom out here,
Batted
boys.
extremely well so far for the Scorpions. And should be looking to high up on what is a double century. I think he has one double century in his career so far.
Keep going, Ledge. Bowl Ledge, bowl Ledge, bowl Ledge. Start here, boys.
And the Guyanese still attacking. Still a short leg and a slip. And also a straightish mid-wicket in a catching position.
Deep into his crease goes McKenzie again. Flicks that one just in front of square on the leg side. The fielder deep backward square leg comes around. And they trot a single.
In the second inning so far, the Scorpion managed to keep that run rate over 3 runs and over throughout.
Yeah, I mean, based on this pitch, Penny, this is a 4-day pitch, so you really have to say that that 44 all out by Jamaica was a shot out of the blue. They really didn't apply themselves in that first innings at all. And it really will be a Jekyll and Hyde story if they manage to pull off this and get to this total. So they were dismissed for 44, their lowest total in 123 years. And if they manage to chase down 489, well, that will be the Cinderella story to end all. Right, Disney might have to buy the rights for that one from Cricket West Indies. And that's the end of the over. At the end of the over, 218 for 4. They creep up 270 runs required for victory. It's still a long way away, but the end of the day is a long way away as well.
And not a lot of batting either left for the Scorpions. Still Aldine Thomas and Odin Smith and the fast bowlers and the leg spinner in Tamari Redwood. So not a lot of batting. So this partnership, Andrew Chang, is very, very vital if the Scorpions are to get anywhere close to this total set here by the Harpy Eagles.
They're not backing that member of the Wicketkeepers Union should one of these batters fall to stand up for a while.
Well, he can, but he has only one first-class century back in 2022 against the Guyana Harpy Eagles in Trinidad as well.
Well, it'll certainly be a timely time to get another one. So they're beating him with that one, but he managed to clips it into mid-wicket, and Brad Barnes will come in for 2. Moti has this good ability to send on these Yorker length deliveries. I don't know if it's maybe he's a little bit taller, and he also has very broad shoulders. Certainly not the caliber of Mr. Udine Smith, but he certainly has very, very broad shoulders. What muscle would that be, Penny? What weights would he be doing there? The bicep, the tricep curls, or the deadlifts maybe? No, Moti to get those shoulders. Deadlifts?
A mixture of both.
That's a nice punch to the extra cover region. Actually, it's almost just in front of the square. Brad Barnes is coming back for 2, and he does quite well. So they're keeping the scoreboard ticking along, which will only just increase the Guyanese worry a little bit. So I think their next target has to be a 250 run. So they diminished the lead to 250, so we only have 250 to chase. They're closing in on that. Appeal for a leg before. Chris Taylor is not interested in that one. Moti doesn't ask the question again. Marlon Pinnock will take us through the replay.
An excellent delivery. And Brad Barnes getting forward. I think that ball would have spun and past the leg stump. Excellent decision as well from the home boy, umpire Christopher Taylor. And so the twin spins of the Guyana Harpy Eagles operating now at the moment.
Yeah, they would certainly, well, not Marlon Pinnock, but Tevin Imlach would be banking on his spin twins to bring him this victory and bring him those points that he would need. At the start of the round, Guyana were on top with 57.6 points. Trinidad and Tobago were just behind with 55.4. So the way that is looking, Trinidad and Tobago are going to rack up some very, very good points here. And then Leeward Islands are probably pretty much on top of the table now because they wrapped up their win against the Windward Islands Hurricanes. And then Barbados as well also wrapped up a win. So really and truly, it's very, very tight between those top four teams, Marlon Pinnock. So the pressure is on Guyana just a little bit now. And Barbados was actually the only team to have lost a match.
Keep going,
Guyana, Leeward Islands, and Trinidad and Tobago remain unbeaten.
Catch it. Ball.
Very much for that, Jason Prasad. Windwards have beaten Leewards. So the Windwards actually would have, I think I'm reading my table wrong. The Leeward Islands were in third position at 50.8, but they lost to the Windward Islands.
Keep going. This is good, boys.
It's the Leeward Islands that won against the Windward Islands Volcanoes, correct? Yesterday. Yeah. The Leeward Islands would technically be on top of the table now.
There you go, boys.
68 has come to an end. 2-2-2 for loss of 4.
Nelson on the board, and there's all sorts of things going wrong, as Jason Prasad had to correct me. And it was the Windward Islands Volcanoes who won yesterday against the Leewards. So they would be jumping up from the middle of the table. I'm not sure if they would have leapfrogged Jamaica by now.
Gudiki Shimoti will continue. Has 176 first class wickets as well.
The Barbados Pride are actually at the top of the table now. Thank you very much, Jason Prasad. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they may jump into second after they wrap up this win. The Leeward Islands have slipped to fourth, and the Windward Islands are still in fifth, while the Scorpions are in sixth. Thank you very much, Jason Prasad, for that information. Producer and statistician and cameraman and quality control. And he can certainly do a bit of commentary, Marlon Pinnock. That's a nice push to the extra cover region. That should run close to the ropes before the fielder's coming around from mid-off and does well.
I think that was an off stop at that cover region by Nial Smith. But Kurt McKenzie, he has been beautiful yesterday into today and driving those deliveries through the cover region and even back down the ground. And a forward short leg. 2 fielders under the bat as well as slip.
Keep working.
Beaten by that one. A good little bit of flight there by Mooti and a little bit of width tempting Kirk McKenzie as well. He has to be very careful at the end of the over. Marlon Pinnock will talk you through the replay on this one.
Flatter and quicker through. Looking for the big booming drive. was Kurt McKenzie. And will take as well by Captain Tevin Imlak.
225 for 4 after 69 overs. A lot of cricket still to be played today, Marlon Pinnock. A shot of the cameraman underneath the Michael holding end.
Hey, save us.
Certainly always good to see our media colleagues around Marlon Pinnock. And I'm sure you'd have had words with them if they've written bad reports on you on your playing days. We're all subject to bad reports, Marlon Pinnock, even after we've left school.
Keep going.
Anywhere you go in the world, always going to be bad reports.
Pumol coming in through again.
Yes, Ledge.
He certainly seemed to be sending it down with some speed, Marlon. He's known for varying his pace quite well. Something Sean Devers appreciates from the great first Army Pumol.
Playing regional cricket over 18 years now on Pumol.
Coming straight to save us.
And tomorrow Redo 19.
Yeah. Matthew, straight up. Yeah. Nice, Ledgy.
And he seems like a very nice guy as well, Sam. He's always approachable. You can always chat with him. And seems very, very down to earth and grounded.
Well, both left arm spinners
Nice, Ledgy.
are very cool, calm, collective persons. Even Goodikish Moti as well.
And Kevin Sinclair is quite the talkative, cool character that you expect from Kevin Sinclair. From a fellow who can backflip better than the rest of them.
I think last year scored his highest regional score of 165 not out, I think.
Yeah. He might be very well needed with the ball this afternoon. They played Pomona and Moti quite well. I have to give the Scorpions credit for that. I thought it might have been a psychological ploy when they think, oh my gosh, I have to face somebody with 479 test wickets. Or a bowling pair with close to 700 first class wickets. There's a bit of psychological effect there. Appeal for a leg before, I think it was there. Nothing doing from the umpire. 225 for 4 after 70.
I think Brad Barnes getting well forward. That was spun through his gate. An excellent from Promol to complete the 70th and 225 for loss of 4.
Yeah, so they started the day, Jamaica, remember, on 179 for 3. Kirk McKenzie was overnight and I think about 104. He's since gone up to 125. Javel Glenn was dismissed, the only wicket to fall today, caught by Kevlin Anderson at slip of the bowling of Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. Moti to continue.
No, keep going, man, keep going.
And 21 runs scored so far this morning from Kurt McKenzie. Been very watchful and very selective so far. I think if you ask him, one of his best knocks.
Lovely shot through extra cover, and one of the hallmarks of this knock has been his driving straight through the V, straight down the ground, and that was another pure exhibition from McKenzie.
Beautiful timing from Kurt McKenzie. I tell you what, that's his trademark of his innings so far. And that's his 11th boundary as well to go with 5 maximums.
Yeah, well, I always think left-handers are a little bit more easy on the eye to watch than right-handers. Nothing against the great right-handers such as Sachin Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting, Marlon Pinnock. But the left-handers, there was that little bit more class, that little bit more flourish, maybe, as it were, to them. It always seems that way to me. Maybe I am biased because I come from the land of the great Brian Charles Lara.
Lara was class. But if you look at Virat Kohli, cover drive.
But it's still almost mechanical in its look. I mean, Virat Kohli is a machine. If you think about a classy right-hander, you would say maybe Carl Hooper or Ian Bell, who were very, very, they were very, very
Touch players.
flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the touch players.
Ian Bell from England, and of course Carl Hooper from the Guyanese.
Yeah. Even Saran was a little bit blocked. It was not flourished. It was not flourished. I'm not saying that Saran had a bad touch at all. Saran's cutting was a joy to watch.
He was good on the offside.
Yeah,
and
he was
through the onside as well, mid-on area. And this is excellent rotation of the strike from the Scorpions. 44 run partnership as well. And the 71st has come to an end. 2, 3, 3 for 4. The Scorpions.
Right-hander.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good fight back for it, and I really hope that the Scorpions will build on this for the future round, Penny. Couple rounds to play. They're not at the best point in the table, but there's certainly something to work with, so they would know that, okay, our batting does have that depth and it has that strength to go the distance. They probably need to look at their bowling a little bit. Guyana 339 and then 192 for 3 declared. Ooh, that was up in the air, and I think I was off the short leg thigh there, Penny.
I think the fielder had short leg, got up early.
Yeah, he did.
Had he stayed down, I think that was an opportunity missed.
Let's have a look at the replay on that one when we can.
Keep going,
Probably after this delivery. But that's the kind of question you want to see from Vera Sami. Jason Prasad says the over is going too fast.
Keep going, Gunny.
And there's a silly mid-wicket in place now, but good stuff. This is the sort of pressure I wanted to see applied when Pamal and Moti, especially were bowling. Moti was doing it quite well in terms of not leaking runs. I think he went about 4 or 5 overs at the start without any runs being scored off him.
Oh, lovely, legend.
Brad Barnes solid in defense. The great bowler Brad Barnes. Here's that replay.
Right on his toes, and he stood down.
Yeah.
Maybe
Keep going, lads. Keep
he
going,
could
lads.
have took that catch.
Oh, lovely, leg. Lovely. Nice.
Right on his toes, Marlon Pinnock.
Going, Gunny. Keep going.
Keep going, legend. Keep
Sure.
going, legend.
I'm certain they would have some words with him in terms of staying down. He's staying down, but he's still coming up. This is a big swipe. That's straight over long off. Long on, I should say. And it's 4 for Brad Barnes.
Good use of the feet from Barnes.
Like that. Keep going.
Advancing down the wicket,
That's nice.
and didn't try to hit the ball
The light gunner.
on the onside or the offside. Went straight down the ground, and that's a safest area to play strokes. He gets his first boundary. And the Scorpions 2-3-7 now for 4.
Going, Gunny. Keep
You see from that Barnes is clearly trying to hit the ball higher than further, just to make sure it got over that mid-on fielder.
Oh, catch it.
This one played down again into the pitch and short legged as well. And at the end of the over, 237 for 4. That's what's going on at Sabina Park. The Jamaica Scorpions, they require 489 for victory. I think they actually have the time to do it, Marlon, if they bat throughout the day. So there is time. Time is not, I don't think it's a consideration. And as we say that, there are almost no clouds in the sky, but absolutely gorgeous day for cricket. Very warm out there. So the Guyanese would be feeling a little bit of energy sapping in the field. A change in bowling now. Gudakesh Moti has been replaced. And it's a good replacement, Kevin Sinclair.
Excellent replacement as well. 251 to get for the Scorpions. Still a long way. What an excellent partnership building so far for the Scorpions. Brad Barnes looks very comfortable against the two left-arm spinners.
Mid-on comes into the field. There's a long on. There's a deep extra cover, short extra cover, backward point, slip, short leg. And a short mid-on as well, a short mid-wicket. And a deep backward square leg as well.
3/4 inside the boundary.
A nice mix of attack and defense. They're just making sure that they're covering their bases. I like the short extra cover as well. So it's tempting McKenzie to go for that drive, which has been his forte. This time he goes straight back over the bowler's head. Stand and deliver stuff. How far does it go? It is 4 from Kirk McKenzie, but straight as an arrow, straight as you like, and wonderful from Kirk McKenzie.
Another beautiful shot from Kirk McKenzie. A flighted delivery, and he just hit through the line of the delivery. And the presentation of the bat, beautiful. And he gets another boundary. And the 50 partnership comes up as well. 52 from 113 deliveries.
Yeah, good partnership here. Kirk McKenzie, 135 of 224 deliveries, Penny. So you're seeing that red ball like a overripe pumpkin at this point.
Well, he was playing football this morning, and he scored a goal to win it for his team.
I think it's more important that he scores a double century for his team.
To win it for his team. And that's how we see the cricket ball at the moment, as big as a football.
Yeah, but Jamaica has some nice soup. They have that chicken and pumpkin and then the red pea soup. Which one is your favorite? And then the classic managed water, thick outside edge. Backward point comes around and they scuttle a single.
Red peas and with cow skin as well. Beautiful soup.
End of the over there. 242 for 4. Well, I've heard of the cow skin scoop. I've never actually had it, but my favorite in Trinidad is cow heel soup, which is actually basically the same thing, but you get the bone with the cow heel. But our soup in Trinidad is split peas based, what we call split peas. It's dal based. So they kind of grind that up. So your soups are more pumpkin based or red peas based, which gives it that thickness.
Sometimes we have the chicken foot in it as well.
Yeah.
To give it the flavor as well.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting thing, chicken foot. I think West Indian people and Caribbean people really enjoy it. Obviously in other countries around the world, the Asians and stuff would enjoy that chicken foot. The technique to eat opens the face of the bat. There's McKenzie, runs it down to the short third man area. Kevlon Anderson, Centurion from the first innings and 50 in the second innings. There's the feeling. Rolled his ankle on first day. That seems so long ago. But credit to the Guyana physiotherapy team and fitness team. They have him on the field.
I think this was a switch of end for Pamal as well.
Keep looking at him, lads. Keep going there, leggy.
Started from the commentary box end, now is from the Michael Olin end.
Oh, watch. Come in front of them, man. Come in front of them. When you come far away, you cuff it. Come this way, Sabres. Slide this way. Good.
A fifth wicket partnership.
One knock, yeah, top the light gun in.
Now 52 so far between Barnes and Kirk McKenzie.
Barnes goes hard again, and it goes into that field at mid-wicket, and at short mid-wicket, and it's a good thing he's wearing his pads, because I'm sure that one would have stung either way.
Well, it went into Barnes' pad, not the short leg pad. Was trying to hit that ball too hard, Barnes, loses shape.
Yeah. If Barnes had connected with that properly, somewhere inside the Kingston arm, he gets a fine tickle on a sweep, but he still didn't get as much of that. He went very hard at that one again, which is probably why he didn't go a little closer to ropes, but still a run for Barnes.
A leg by. He was looking to sweep that ball down to that deep backward square boundary. Not a leg by. His total goes up to 244.
Keep going, leggy.
For the loss of 4 in over number 74.
at behind square, and it's a single for McKenzie. Will he pinch the strike? I think there's one delivery left in the over. And we have to say a special good afternoon, a special good morning to your friend, the hard-working third umpire, Marlon Pinnock.
That's umpire Foster.
Yes, indeed. Really hard-working fellow. He's always there, early checking, making sure the bails are set properly, checking out that the lines are marked.
All right, Gunny.
Great support for umpires Carl Tuckett and Chris Taylor in the middle.
Oh,
Last delivery of the over, 245 for 4. And I say adieu to Mr. Pinnock until after lunch at least.
An excellent batting display by the Scorpions this morning. Just lost on that one wicket with Brad Barnes and Kurt McKenzie partnership. 56 runs so far. Has been doing a magnificent job for the Scorpions.
Thank you very much for your thoughts, Marlon Pinnock. Always insightful. And Sean Casual Saturday Divas is in the building now.
Yeah, good afternoon to my partner,
He's-
Andrew.
Yeah, he's showing off those fine calves he developed while playing cricket for the under-19s in Guyana.
Yeah, intriguing battle here now. These two must be separated.
Must be separated.
Yeah, if
Sean
Guyanese
Devers.
have a chance of winning this match early.
Yeah. Well, that's at least from the Guyana Harpy Eagles' perspective, from the Jamaica Scorpions' perspective.
would want them
They
to
must
battle
stay
all
there. They must stay there until 5 o'clock this afternoon.
And if they stay there till 5 o'clock, then Jamaica would win this match.
Yes, I certainly agree with you there. And I have to say, if Jamaica do pull this off, Sean Devers, I will have to borrow your hat to tip my hat to the Jamaica Scorpions. I'll have to borrow your hat, I should say, because I didn't walk with mine today.
Well, I walk with mine.
Well, thank you very much, Sean Devers. I would appreciate you lending it to me, should that instance arise.
Well, I'm not lending you because that instant would not arrive. It's highly unlikely. It's improbable.
As the old Rally Round the Destiny song goes, never say never.
But I'm very impressed with the work of Kirk McKenzie. And when he got his first century, you saw he converted it to a double century. And he's on course for doing that now.
Yeah, he still has a long way to go. I think, I mean, we've seen that what Kirk McKenzie was capable of, and we know what he's capable of, which is that 100 from the first inning. But I thought when Javel Glenn got dismissed, and then Brad Barnes came out,
Oh, my dear,
good
that
delivery
kept
there. That
low.
one is a little bit of a ratter, as they say. Might even be a cockroach is running so low, but it kept low and stabbed out efficiently by Brad Barnes.
Yeah, I got the bat there in the end. Little bend of the knees. Lovely shot.
Yeah, nice watch. Nice shot just in front of, just behind square on the offside, and he'll come back for 2. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Brad Barnes because I thought when Javel Glenn was dismissed, it did sort of, I don't want to say the last recognized batter, but at least the last batter with the sort of pedigree for Jamaica. But I really thought that if the Guyana Harpy Eagles had gotten 1 or 2 quick wickets, say they'd gotten rid of Glenn and Barnes, they would have been into Alden Thomas, who isn't really that well proven at first class cricket, and then the bowlers, other barring O'Dean Smith. So Brad Barnes, I've been really impressed with him because he came in with the squad 189 for 4. They put on a 50 plus run partnership, and they're starting to build back that solidity that Jamaica would have needed to launch for the final day.
Yeah, well, I was well informed by Marlon that Barnes, in fact, is batting at number 3 for his club, and he's a number 4 batsman.
Keep going, boys.
So he can bat.
Just stay in the fight here, boys. Just stay in the fight here, man.
I mean, I guess it's not fair to judge him on that innings in the innings of 44. So, but he's definitely shown the application required over the period he's been in. It's just up to the Scorpions to show that application for 2 sessions and a half to go.
Keep going, lads. Keep
A
going.
little bit less than 2.5, 2 sessions and a half.
Pomal, veteran,
Okay, lads,
left
keep going.
arm spinner. And that's a good delivery.
Now-
Lazy shot there from McKenzie, just spotted it. Didn't move his feet across. Played in 2 minds.
Well, this is the end where the foot marks are just outside Mackenzie's off stump from the bowler's follow through. Edged at this one, and he just gets it past for a slip. It will run close to the ropes. It will just about make it now. Fortuitous for Kirk McKenzie, and that takes him up to the 140s now. But he's backing away and cutting there, and almost got himself into a spot of bother.
Yeah, quicker delivery, bounced, and he looked the cut, was too close to him to play that cut shot. But he survives, brings up the 250. It's 252 for 4. He's gone on to 143, but a boundary is a boundary.
Boundary is a boundary. And they need quite a lot of them still. I turn into the leg side, and I mean, you're fairly confident that the Guyana Harpy Eagles can still wrap up a win here. At what point do they start to get nervous?
Keep going, keep going,
If
lads.
the
Keep going,
partnership
keep going,
gets
boys.
to like 100, and they are knowing that Barnes is going to be supporting McKenzie.
Going on it.
Well, that partnership has already passed the 50 mark.
Oh, lovely, lovely,
And,
lads, lovely, lads, yeah.
I mean, I think that they would celebrate a wicket. Obviously, if any wicket was to fall. But certainly, if McKenzie fell, they would feel that they have this game in the bag now. Goes to the sweep again, extravagant. Appealing for a leg before. I think based on the trajectory of the attempt
Smitty, come.
of the shot, it would have been going down leg side.
Let's have a look.
Come up a little.
Yeah, missing leg stump
Once you're going to pitch it good enough.
by a long way.
Certainly did it looked like it straightened a little bit as well. I mean, of course, you don't have the benefit of Hawkeye here. This one, Barnes plays nicely into that same region where he attempted a shot just now.
That's a very bad line though from
Right,
Sinclair.
right, right.
He's got his field set on the offside and bowls it into the pads, easy single. And if he found the gap, it could be 4. 254 for 4.
76 overs batted by the Jamaica Scorpions in their first innings. They barely got to 26. So they've already done much, much better. I guess from the time they passed 45, they would have done better than that first innings. And they would have actually done that with the loss of no wickets. A strange and wonderful game.
And Barnes will tell you that he top scored for Jamaica in a first class match, but he wouldn't tell you he made 5.
Indeed. I think it was actually Javel Glenn who top scored with 5. Barnes is one of the players, I believe, that got 4. No, he got 3. Barnes got 3. Yeah, Javel Glenn was top scorer with 5 in that blip of an innings. Feeling for that one and beaten by that one. It was a good stride forward, a good drive, but Sinclair getting the better of Barnes on that occasion. Nice push by Bonds. And we're looking at it now, Sean Devers, 46, sorry, I should say 15 minutes, just about 14 minutes before the lunch break. And I think, should these two get to that lunch break unscathed, I think Jamaica Scorpions would be very, very happy with what has happened this morning.
Yeah, certainly they have won the session. That's a good shot again, but can't find the gap. Hit it straight towards Kamal at backward point. So another over has been completed, 255 for the loss of 4. 77 overs gone in contrast to the 25 they've played in the first innings.
Yeah, certainly. It's not been the fastest scoring rate, but it's not been too bad either. 55 plus 10, 65, 66 runs so far in the session.
Beautiful camera work by Basu. See the outskirts of the harbour on the screen.
Yeah, Gerald Basso wants to sail away out of Jamaica. His plane ticket is booked to leave the land of wood and water tomorrow. And then he's going to the land of 365 beaches to continue our coverage of this, the 4-day championship.
Oh, wow,
And 2 matches will be played in the 108 square mile island of Antigua.
Yes, my good friend Gerard Basso will be teaming up with other members of the Cricket 360 team, as well as Jason Passad, team leader as always. Big shot up in the air, and the catch is taken at mid-on. Brad Barnes throws away his hand, and Virasamy Permaul will not go through another innings without taking a wicket. The Jamaica Scorpions lose their 5th wicket with the score on 255. Will the tide turn now?
And that's a real irresponsible shot. Just minutes before the lunch break. And you try to go over the top, and you're caught at mid-on. As easy as like, and there is Kirk McKenzie not out on 144 at the other end.
Yeah, and the other thing is, of course, it's 10 minutes before lunch, 11 minutes now on this stage. I always say in 4-day cricket, the first session belongs to the bowlers. Maybe the first hour, but definitely the first session. It's the second session where you start to apply the pressure, where you start to make a little bit more hay. And then in the third and final session, when they're wilting and they're tired, that's when you push hard. Brad Barnes did the hard work. He faced 74 deliveries as Alden Thomas comes into do battle with the ever-fighting Kirk McKenzie.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, from 255 for 4, they're now 255 for 5. Just before lunch, same thing. Yeah, 255 for 4. Now it's 255 for 5.
Smithy! Smithers! You want in or out?
Yeah, it looks like Ronaldo Ali Muhammad who took that dolly of a catch because the field hasn't changed.
So Aldine Thomas, the wicketkeeper, did a good job apart from that easy catch he dropped off of Imlak.
Yeah, but his big job is in front of the stumps now.
Oh, lovely.
And I expect Evan Imlak, maybe, he doesn't seem to be quite one of those chirpy wicket keepers, but he might have a couple of words for Alden Thomas, as brothers in the Wicket Keepers Union. Goes to the sweep, Alden Thomas gets good connection on this one. Thaddeus Lovell, here as a fast bowler, but really hasn't done a lot in this match in terms of bowling. There's the field.
One of the better fielders in the side of the young man. Hasn't had the opportunity to bowl much. initially in the side because of the late coming of one of the fast bowlers. Then Shamar Joseph dropped out because he was injured, nursing a shin splint, and advised to rest.
This one is flicked nicely through the mid-wicket region by McKenzie. There's a sprawling attempt by, I think, that Nandu to stop it at that short mid-wicket region. But McKenzie still gets away with 2.
And then when Isaiah Thorne got his injury, he got his break.
Number 10 is Raymond Perez, I believe, and he's been on the field for quite some time. I think he's on for Tej Ryan Chandapal. I'm not sure if Tej had an injury or something this morning, but I saw him walking on the edge of the ropes with the third umpire. So Raymond Perez has been on the field for a little while. And it would be lovely if he makes it to the West Indies team and we have a player with a Spanish name. Perez, of course.
Straight in the back.
A Latin Spanish name.
Yeah, that's you.
He's
Left
one
arm
of
round,
the
change the bowler.
brilliant fielders in the Guyana team also. A lot of good fielders in this Guyana team.
And what's his specialty, batting? Or
Yeah, he's an
bowling?
opening batsman.
He's an opening batsman. Unfortunately,
And he
with-
could also bat in the middle, number 3, number 4. He is one who played in that match, the semi-final,
Indeed.
the day before they came here for DCC. He and Ali Muhammad played for DCC.
He hails from Demerara region.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Ramnaray Sawan, I remember his address as, well, his place of birth, I should say, not his address, but his Wakenham Island in
Yeah,
Essex.
Wakenham Island.
Wakenham.
But he came to Georgetown as a little kid.
So is that
attended-
actually, is that an island in the river itself?
Yes, there are lots of islands in the river. One of the islands are bigger than Anguilla.
Oh, wow. A good run there
In-
from Aldine Thomas, and he gets his
Over the
second.
wicket to you, Kerr.
And are those rivers swimmable, or is it
No, you gotta-
laden
you
with
gotta get a
crocodiles
boat.
and piranhas and that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't know. I've never went overboard.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's any deadly animals or mammals or reptiles in those rivers. But I know you can't just swim over. You gotta get a speedboat.
Oh, rowboat Sean Devers gets some exercise in.
No,
And how many islands are there in that delta?
About 6.
About 6.
And then there's Bartica on the mainland. That's part of Essequibo also.
So there are actually cricket grounds on those islands.
Yes.
That's a nice flick. Wide of long on. Easy from McKenzie. He was looking for a second. Aldine Thomas wasn't interested.
In fact, Kimo Paul comes from an island called Saxakali.
How do you say that again?
Saxakali.
And that's also an Essequibo.
Yes, that's an Essequibo island. But Sarwan and Ivor Mendonza, who was born in Barker, played for Demerara and both played for GCC. They never played for Essequibo. So they're just 2 Essequibo test players.
Deep into his creases, Aldine Thomas flicks that through mid-wicket. That's a pugnacious shot, a wicket-keeper batter's shot. That's screamed to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, good shot. Too short from Moti. Took advantage of it, leaned on the back foot, and pulled it savagely for 4. So he's gone now to 6, and the total 264 for 5. Of course, Kimo Paul and Ransford beaten, the only 2 test players from the Essequibo region, the Essequibo County. That's the largest county in Guyana. And at the mouth of the Essequibo, the river is 29 miles wide, so you can't see the other side.
Oh, wow. 79 miles wide.
29.
29 miles wide. That's about a double a marathon, isn't it? Because a marathon is 13.5
Yeah.
miles, I believe. Well, that really is an interesting. I would really love to go to Guyana and see what beauty it has to offer. And I have to ask you about the Dutch as well. I mean, some of the names are very Dutch, weak in our mind, and I'm not sure if that's a Dutch name. So there's a Dutch influence, but
There's a cricket ground that played first-class cricket, Iflot, in the West Demerara area. That's just crossing the Demerara River to the west. That's also Dutch.
But in terms of the Dutch influence on the culture of Guyana, is it part of the patois of the language, or is there Dutch-related food in Guyana, Dutch-influenced food?
Well, if you ask me about food, I would tell you I don't know, because I don't like to eat. But nice use of his feet, and got to the pitch, then pushed it into the offside. But the Dutch built the canals all over Georgetown, and the Dutch built forts and cokers to drain the city into the Atlantic Ocean and into the Demerara River. So there's a big Dutch influence. Guyana was once controlled by the Dutch, the French, and for a long time the British.
Of course, yeah. Appeal for a court behind, is it? Tevin Imlach is standing with his arms akimbo. Let's look at the replay on this one. It's a close call, but it may have brushed just the pad on the way through, which is maybe why Imlach was asking the question.
The Dutch mostly control the county of Berbice. That's where New Amsterdam is. That's a Dutch name too. That was the first town ever in Guyana. Played back towards the bowler, and there's no run. So a big wicket for Guyana. Barnes was just beginning to look good, 25, and he fell at 255 for 5. These two will have to bat out for a long time after lunch and stay with McKenzie. It's getting harder and harder now for the Scorpions.
Just about a minute before the lunch break, so it's safe to assume this would be the final over. Appeal for a leg before. Chris Taylor does not give that one. We'll have to look at the replay on this one. Sean Devers, give us his expert opinion.
Yeah, close, but 50-50.
This one he's appealing for, and he gets him this time. That's the end of Alden Thomas. Well. Gudakesh Muti has struck. The wicketkeeper goes for just 6 LBW to Gudakesh Muti, and that is a big wicket there. They're now into the tail end, other than Odin Smith. 264 for 6, the score now.
And let's look at that. That ball hit maybe the exact place that the first one hit. And in Ghana, we say 2 LBW out.
Yes, certainly indeed. And with the fall of that wicket, lunch will immediately be taken. So it started off so well for Jamaica. They came in at 179 for 3. And you can say that the Guyanese have taken wickets at the right time to just limit this game and turn the tide against the Scorpions. Is still required 224. The linchpin, Kirk McKenzie, is on 147. Let Sean Devers take a breath while Sean Devers sums up this first session for you and what we have after the lunch break in about 40 minutes.
Well, needing 489 for an unlikely win overnight. The Scorpions were 179, and they needed 310 more runs, and they had a nice partnership of 132 being broken when Jarrell Glenn fell for 6 at 184 for 4, and then 255 for 5, And Brandon King, who was involved in that partnership, was the first to go at 150 for 2. Muhammad Ali has taken 3 wickets so far, 2 in this session, and Pomal and Moti have taken the other 2. So in a precarious position now, even though Kirk McKenzie is still there, batting strong on 147, Harp Eagles have the ascendancy as the Scorpions at lunch 264 for 6. Well, welcome back to the Sabina Park here in Kingston, Jamaica, where we greet you with the news that the Jamaicans are fighting back at lunch on the final day of this fourth round encounter. Jamaica 264 for 6 with Kirk McKenzie unbeaten on 147. He will be the cog. If he gets a bigger score, if he gets support, he could take this game way into the afternoon session. But if he's dismissed, then it's going to be all over before tea.
Indeed, you're absolutely correct. 85 runs were scored this morning by the Scorpions, and of course they lost 3 wickets.
Yeah, they lost 3 quick wickets. Well, 2 relatively quick, 255 for 5 and then 264 for 6 when Barnes, who played a really irresponsible shot on the stroke of lunch. He was out for 25 off the bowling of Pomal. Tried to hit him over the top. So the action is restarted with Moti bowling the first over from the commentary box end or the northern end of the ground. So Thomas was then out. He was the 6th wicket, dismissed LBW to Moti for 6. So they're back here in the second session, and let's see how well the Guyanese will finish off the innings or how well McKenzie would get support.
Nial Smith is the new batter as well. Not known to hang around for long. A natural hit off the cricket ball, but a lot is needed. Over 200 plus runs left for the Scorpions.
When we look back yesterday, as the first over after lunch comes to an end, 264 for 6. When we look back yesterday, the biggest blow for Guyana would have been when they dismissed Blackwood just before a break. And when he got dismissed, and that was a big blow because he's the most experienced batter. And if he could have stayed along with Brandon King, and of course we've seen McKenzie, I believe that Jamaica had a chance of drawing this game.
You're absolutely correct. But if you look at how the Scorpion batters have gotten out in the game so far, just approaching a session.
So the left arm spin of Pomal bowling in tandem with fellow Albion and Berbice, and West Indies and Guyana left arm spinner. They've played together from since club level.
I think both left arm spinners are from the same
The same club.
in Guyana as well.
Yeah, that club also produced Devendra Bishu.
3 spinners that have represent West Indies.
And they've also produced Narsingh Dinarain, Chattagoon.
Chattagoon, I think he was the opener
Yeah,
for Guyana for some time.
played a couple of games with the West Indies. And also Narsingh Dinarain. He's now in the US of A. He would have hailed from Albion also. First play, in fact, was Shushiv Narain in 1978. Good delivery again from Pomal. Pomal is the type of bowler that gets at you all the time. He's all the time at you. Bowling straight. You miss, he hit. Gets a lot of wickets. LBW, bowl down. Caught it slip.
Does have a mixture of deliveries as well. Occasionally slows up some delivery, inviting the drive. You saw yesterday when McKenzie hit him over that long off era twice. It was very slow, enticing the drive.
Wealth of experience. That's close. And he's gone just after lunch. Odin Smith. No, that's not Odin Smith. That's McKenzie.
That's correct. McKenzie is disappointed.
Yes.
A ball that kept a bit low. And the Guyanese appreciate the knock off Kirk McKenzie. But look at the replay. Flighted delivery. He went back, kept very low and plumb in front. And jubilation for the veteran.
Yeah, so 7 wickets gone now. And Pamal still has a chance of getting another 5-wicket haul.
There we go. 2 for 49 at the completion of his 16th. And still 3 wickets to go. You're on target, Mr. Divas. Not forget this innings. It was a fantastic innings from Kurt McKenzie. Well, this was the end of him.
Yeah, loud appeal and up went the finger of the umpire. Umpire called Tuckett.
And the man who has some ODI experience for the West Indies.
So 264 now for 7. Crucial breakthrough just after lunch. And I was saying that this game can be all over within an hour. It could be less.
It could be, as Captain Marquino Minley makes a stride to the middle.
Hits the ball in the air, but dropped well in front of the man Sinclair, coming off of the long on boundary.
And that's what you'll get from Odin Smith.
Well, he has to play his shots. There's no likely that they'll get those runs. Gotta enjoy his batting.
Both Guyanese Moti and Odin Smith, both good friends.
Yeah.
Both would have played for Guyana in CPL as well. That's the Caribbean Premier League. Now this time he goes over long on for 6.
Taking on down
Sinclair.
the track, taking on Pamal, Moti.
And that's his first maximum. And just off the reach of Kevin Sinclair at long on.
Yes, he's gonna fight fire with fire. Gonna go down fighting. Nice batsman-like shot though, on the back foot. Punches it away out to Lovell on the long off boundary. And gets a single, so the over is completed. No. The rotation of the strike, the fielders come in, because there's now going to be a short leg. They won't put a short leg or close fielders with a big burly Odin Smith.
Such a powerful lad, Odin Smith. And Marquino Mille went for naught in the first innings. I think he faced 1 delivery. And this time around, and Guyanese Moti 2 for 67 into his 24th over. And we'll be bowling to Captain Marquino Minley. Beautiful sunny afternoon as well. And immediately a load appeal first delivery.
And he survives.
He survives this time around.
Yeah, Pamal now with 576 first class wickets at the regional level.
And a dot to close out the 83rd. And 271 for a loss of 7.
Yeah, so Pamal, who made his debut way back when against the Windward Islands in Grenada 18 years ago, and he's still going strong. Actually played in the first day-night match in the West Indies when it was played with a pink ball. Guyana played Trinidad and Tobago in Antigua at the Sir Vivian Richards ground. He was there. That was in 2010. Best figures of 7 for 15 for 77. That was taken at Trelawney the last time Guyana played at Trelawney.
That's Trelawney Multi-Purpose Stadium.
Yeah, that's when Guyana defeated Jamaica by 7 wickets.
He has 18 wickets this season in the West Indies Championship versus Promal.
Broke the record of Nikita Miller, similar bowler, left arm spinner.
I think Nikita Miller had 511.
Yes, correct. 511 wickets. And now he's got 576.
Surpassed by another left arm spinner. And another left arm spinner who is leading with wickets in this tournament so far is Harpy of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, the spinners getting most of the wickets, but the fast bowlers contributing also with the ball, as we've seen here in the first innings. Fast bowlers got all 10 wickets for Guyana. That's a bad delivery down the leg side and swept away. More pad than bat. Let's look at the umpire. Yes, got an edge onto that. And he will now go to 8. Mindley's yet to score 272 for 7. So Guyana will want to wrap up this as soon as possible. 3 wickets to go.
I think had the Scorpions put on a better show in the first innings, it would have been a total different game.
So they've got the academic figure of 216 to get. That will be a long, long way away. Sun continues to shine here in Jamaica.
And of course the breeze continues to blow as well.
Jamaica will next play the West Indies Cricket Academy in Antigua.
Well, it's bowled. Another wicket for Promal. His third of the innings. And Marquino Minley, a pair of duck for him. He has to go first time as captain for the Scorpions. And he has been destroyed by some fantastic bowling this time around from the veteran Promal. His third.
Yes, and this wouldn't be a match that he'd remember with fond memories. Mendley, even though he bowled very well, he was tight and frugal, but a pair in your debut as captain, that's not a good memory.
And Mark Hugh, he bowled extremely well in the first innings and also in the second innings. But as I mentioned, the batting in the first innings really let the Scorpions down. And this brings O.J. Shields into the wicket.
Who played for 2 teams in this tournament, both against Guyana.
He has 5 wickets in the tournament. And all 5 wickets is against Guyana Harpy Eagles.
Yeah, when he played previously, he got 4, and then today in this match, he got 1. So he's at the crease now, Shields. And then to come the 19-year-old Redwood.
Promal approaching yet another 5 wicket haul. I think he has 33 5 wicket haul in his first class career.
This is his 148th first class match for Guyana.
Straight ball. Keep going. Oh yeah, solid
Forward he comes, he's got 3 already. So in terms of regional wickets, he's extending his record now to 577.
Leading wicket taker in regional cricket.
And he's not finished yet. I think he's going to play another year.
Nor even
Because
another.
he's very fit and doing the job. So the over is completed 272 for 8.
I think he's 36 years of age as well.
Yeah.
Still young.
Yeah, in
Still
terms of
very-
being a spinner. if he was a fast bowler, even batters. Clive Lloyd finished at 42.
Well, Jason Mohammed still playing at 38 and still scoring centuries after centuries, even a double.
Yeah.
And he's the leading run scorer in the West Indies Championship for 2025 with 515 runs. And his average is over 100.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match finishing earlier than scheduled. So I'll get the chance to meet some friends in Jamaica. It's been a rush in and out. Guyana play their next match against the Windwards at Providence. That's a wild swipe and a miss. The big burly man, if he'd got that, it would have gone out of Jamaica.
Well, I saw him in the JCA T10 competition, hit 2 balls outside of Sabina Park over this north stand.
That's hit down. And he refuses the single. The senior batsman there.
A player with West Indies experience as well.
Yeah, Barbados will play Trinidad and Tobago at the Kensington Oval. Leeward Islands play CCC in Antigua, where West Indies Academy also play Jamaica in Antigua. That's stumped. A wide delivery, it's down the track. And maybe Moti saw him coming and sent it wide. And good stumping though there by Imlak. He had to go a long way to get that ball. So 2 quick wickets going down. That will deny Pomol a chance of getting another 5-wicket haul, which would be a 34th. So you have 33 5-wickets haul when this game is completed. It's 272 now for 9.
Excellent from Gudikish Moti. Outsmack Modine Smith. He was advancing down the wicket too early. Very early. And Gudikish Moti saw that. Look at the replay. And went very wide. And in fact, wide was signaled by umpire Christopher Taylor. And the 9th wicket goes down for the Scorpions. And this brings Tamar Redwood, a young 19 years of age cricketer, a leg spinner who plays this cricket for Excelsior High School here in Jamaica. And a sad Jamaica Scorpions as they approaching another loss in the competition. They lost 2 in a row and heading towards a 3rd.
So Shields and Redwood, who's yet to face the ball, they're both yet to score. And 273 for 9. I was thinking that this game would be finished an hour after lunch. This is the last pair at the crease. Down the leg side, might have brushed the pad, appealed for caught.
6 wickets between the 2 left arm spinners as well. 3 apiece.
Yeah, they were well placed at one stage on 184 for 3.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
Then they slipped.
I think they lost 3 wickets for 85 runs just before lunch. And of course, Kurt McKenzie would have scored. That's a missed opportunity, is it?
It looks that way. Played a big heave, missed the ball, and so did Imlak. Let's see the replay. Down the track, yes. Difficult stumping though. It passed between the batter and the leg stump.
Well, I don't see any signal coming in from umpire Christopher Taylor. That means Redwood got some butt on it. He's on a run. So let's not get so harsh on the wicket keeper.
Yeah, it would have been a difficult stumping chance if it did hit the bat, and now he's gone. Morty is struck now, and tame dismissal for Shields. So Shields is gone, and that's the end of the game.
Congratulations to the defending champions, the Guyana Harpy Eagles, and the fast bowlers in the first innings, and got 10 wickets between both. In the second innings, it was the spinners, 7 wickets between Promal and Moti. And apart from Kurt McKenzie, brilliant century, and Brandon King half century, and nothing to write home about. And the Scorpions suffered their 3rd loss in a row. And your final thoughts on the overall game?
Well, the game was lost when Jamaica got bundled out for the lowest ever first class total in the history of first class cricket. They made 44, and that's when the game was lost, because Guyana dominated the first session, dominated the second session on the first day, and Jamaica got back in. They won the last session on the first day and the first session on the second day. But when they got into bat on day 2 and were bowled out, it was hard to see them coming back and even drawing this game. They did well though in the second innings. Guyana declared, leaving them 489 runs to win. But that was a mammoth total. But hardly anybody expected them to reach this total, 274, but that was mainly on the back of a fantastic second first-class century from Kirk McKenzie, who eventually fell for 147. A good bowling performance in the first innings by Odin Smith, got Guyana. They made 339, and then in the end, it was Smith again, but this time Nial Smith, 4 wickets, Ali Muhammad, 6 wickets, and in the end, the second innings, Moti and Pomal wrapped up the match.
Indeed, overall excellent 4 days of cricket being played in the 4th round. But credit to the Harpy Eagles, they came and immediately they won the toss on the first day, decided to bat, and they post a decent total, 389, and a back of a brilliant century as well from Kevlin Anderson. He's 2nd of the season and scored an half century in the second innings. He's 2nd as well in the tournament, but overall a fantastic 4 days of cricket from the Eagles.
Yes, and it's nice to see the game actually going into 4 days. Guyana in the end unbeaten still. They've won 4 matches so far. They won 3 matches. They had a draw with West Indies Cricket Academy, so they're technically still unbeaten. Of emphatic 214-run victory here in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, so we come back for the next round. Okay. Yeah, so let's go back to the score. And I want to tell you again, 274 all out. Guyana winning by 214 runs.